Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Battlefield 1 gameplay, and holy fuck, I am mad at the moment! I'm trying to record as much gameplay as possible right now during the closed alpha, so I can bring you guys at least a couple of Battlefield 1 videos every week together with the Battlefield 4, Mountain Blade, and also some CSGO mixed in, but... Oh shit, I've been so frustrated the entire day. I've switched server 3 times and there's so many fucking bad players that play Battlefield. Like, holy shit. I thought everyone would be like good players that at least know the basics of the game in the alpha, but it seems like a lot of people that have absolutely no clue how to play Battlefield games are in the alpha. And it's very obvious because like people do not make any kinds of like orders for their squads. People don't follow the orders. I'm not gonna say that's that bad though, because like sometimes I don't follow the squad orders either. But like not even giving any orders, that's retarded. Playing medic and not reviving the guy that's 4 meters away from you or 4 yards away when you die. It's like, god damn it, man! Not giving ammo, not throwing out health, like fuck me, man. It's fantastic. It's like Christmas when all the noobs play, but worse. I just need to get that off my chest. I got so angry. I got so goddamn angry. Got some really nice LMG gameplay here for you guys. I honestly don't even remember the nickname or the name of this gun. I call it LMG with Snea Magasin. That means in Swedish pretty much like LMG with weird magazine or like crooked magazine, because like you load it so strange. Like you load not a magazine, but you load a clip of ammunition up top, kind of like modern LMGs, but like there's no box to hold the ammo in or nothing. It's just a clip with 30 rounds. It's extremely weird, but very effective. Except for the low rate of fire, this LMG is just fantastic to play with. Simply because as soon as you have a little bit of sustained fire, you will see that I'm spraying a lot. You start becoming extremely accurate, and your shots kind of go out like a laser beam almost. I mean, obviously not exactly like a laser beam, because that would be ridiculous, but even at long range, you can just fucking slaughter the enemy. And this match is, by the way, fucking kick-ass. This was a very good match. I personally did phenomenally and carried my goddamn team to victory. The team wasn't that bad though. This was recorded a couple of days ago. This is not like recorded today when I got really mad because like 3 different servers I had completion teams. And I'm not talking about like just a little bit crap. Like I'm talking about like losing 200 to 90. I'm doing my best, trying to cap as many fucking points as possible, and it's just I spawn on squad mates. They're sitting inside a house where there isn't an enemy or a friendly like fucking 100 meters away, and they're not even like sniping out the window or nothing. They're just sitting and watching through one window that has like an overview of like a courtyard where there's like nothing happens. Like nothing happens. It's just fucking ridiculous, man. Okay, Anders, okay, it's enough. No more ranting about that, okay? Don't be that kind of a guy. But yeah, I kind of see a problem with the way I think actually Level Cap made a video on this already, by the way, as I'm not gonna go into it in detail, but basically, because they changed how Conquest works, previously everyone had 200 tickets, or 500 tickets, or whatever the server is, and every person that dies and don't get revived, that's 1 ticket that gets removed. Any person that, for example, redeploys and dies because of that, obviously you can't revive them, that's -1 ticket, and then the tickets will slowly but surely tick down as well, the more conquest points you have captured out of, for example, the 5 or the 6 or whatever the map contains. Simply, like if your team holds 4 and the enemy only holds 2, for the enemy to have any chance of winning that actual match, they need to kill a ton of people to have a chance of winning. But they completely changed that, so now you lose no tickets and you gain no tickets or whatever. I mean, they changed obviously the whole system, but it's not a huge overhaul. As you see now, it goes from 0 to 200 tickets, and whoever gets to 200 first wins. But the thing is, only the conquest points matter right now. Like, actual lives and people don't matter anymore. So like, for me, I have an awesome match, kill 40 dudes. that doesn't fucking matter. The only thing that matters is if I kill those 40 dudes, and of course, killing those dudes will matter. It does matter a little bit, because those dudes are gonna have to respawn or get revived, and then run all the way to the objective that we're trying to take, and so on and so forth. So I mean, obviously it's not a huge deal, but I personally kind of missed the feeling of like mowing down 10 enemies and seeing the tickets go down. I honestly kind of missed that. It's definitely not going to break the Battlefield franchise for me or anything like that, but I think it's gonna mean that there's going to be less medics, especially now when there's really no like awesome medic weapon or anything like that to use. Like they seem good though, the medic weapons. Like, don't get me wrong, especially like the Dragonov looking one, which can have a scope as well, and is like really high-powered semi-automatic sniper rifle, which can, I think you can two-shot people in the chest with it. So you could potentially kill 5 dudes with just 1 magazine. Usually I end up killing 1 or 2 because I like spam it like crazy, but you know what I mean. But the thing that I actually like though is that the LMGs are actually useful. And I've noticed that I'm running out of ammo a lot, especially playing as an engineer or similar, so actually being an ammo guy, like actually being a support player in Battlefield 1 will be useful. Honestly, like, have you guys ever had like a good use of support players in Battlefield 4? I mean, sure, they give you ammo sometimes and nades, but I mean, it hasn't been a big deal. I kind of feel like it's not gonna be a huge change though, of course, but I do feel like being a support player definitely will be a little bit more important than it previously has been, and I got a feeling that the medic is gonna kind of suffer a little bit more than, I mean, obviously, being a medic has been amazing in basically all the Battlefield games, because you can heal yourself, obviously you can still heal yourself, and you can also revive down teammates and such. But I think because of the ticket system, I think a lot of people that play the game a lot might not maybe go for the medic, and since it seems like the medic is going to have mostly like semi-automatic rifles or just bolt-action rifles, I don't know, because obviously there's like a third of the guns missing from the game in this alpha, or maybe even more, since there might be DLC guns and that kind of stuff, like you guys know how it usually is. But it definitely feels like the medic might not be as important. Assault is probably going to be one of the most popular things to play, then sniper, then probably support, like I said, and medic is probably going to be lost, because as I'm seeing it, especially on servers where there's a lot of noobs, like I said, like today, when I've been getting super frustrated, I've been seeing as little as 1 medic and as much as 3 medics on my team. And that is honestly quite ridiculous. I personally kind of like playing medic. I don't mind it. I've just played a lot of medic though, so I've kind of been sick from it a little bit. So I've been trying out the support class a little bit, and man, the LMGs, they take some getting used to, because I'm used to having to tap fire and only go full automatic if I'm down on the ground and using like a bipod and stuff. But like this LMG, I believe this is British actually. I think it is. I don't know. You guys tell me the name of it, or it probably pops up when I kill someone. Who cares? But like, it seems like most of the LMGs kind of become more accurate with sustained fire. Some of the LMGs were like that. They kind of like canceled its own recoil or whatever the longer you were shooting it, or after a couple of first rounds, so to say, you kind of got stabilized or whatever. Weird, but there are actually LMGs in real life that are like that. They're just simply made to provide sustained fire, and they're quite nice since they seem to do more damage than the SMGs as well. So you can mow down a good 2 or 3 people in the back if you have a good position and just start firing at them. Another funny thing, as you might notice here, like if you have the gas mask on, you can't actually aim down sights. I thought this was only for snipers, but it's for everything. You can't even aim down sights your pistol. And the pistols as well, like there's almost no reason to aim down sights with your pistol, because it will pretty much be as accurate as if you're standing still and aiming down sights as if you're standing still and shooting from the hip. So I don't know, like some of the things I'm not a big fan of, but as soon as I start learning it, like the LMGs, I thought the LMGs were complete fucking shit, but as I start kind of figuring out, like, okay, this one is the one where you kind of have to burst it, this one you have to kind of go full auto, and this LMG you can actually burst fire to get accurate fire at range. Like, as I kind of start learning how each weapon works and kind of get a feel for each weapon's specific personality, I start falling in love with Battlefield 1 more and more and more. I'm not saying pre-order it, definitely not. Like, we know how that shit goes. Like, this so-called closed alpha might be an almost finished beta or whatever, who knows, but like, the amount of fun and the amount of bugs I've had is like night and day. Like, I've had so much fun in this game, except for obviously like bad teammates. I very seldomly feel like I'm getting fucked by the game. Like, sometimes I will get like stuck on rubble, or I can't quite make it through a window, and that makes me really pissed off. Because, like, I'm trying to get away from enemies, I try to reload, or try to get some health, and I try to jump over something, or jump through a window, and I just can't, because, like, you just stand there and jump and jump and jump, and then finally you start jumping through the window or over the thing, and just as you do, you get shot. Like, that is annoying as fuck. But strangely, it happens less than in Battlefield 4. That's the weird thing. I don't really know why. I mean, obviously this video is gonna have, like, sponsored by EA in the beginning as well, but like I've said before, I'm not being paid to say good things. I'm not being paid to make videos of Battlefield 1 closed alpha. I'm just having that in there to protect my ass and to do what EA says, because they gave me the alpha code. So, like, I want to make it very clear that, like, I'm not saying this just because, like, I mean, obviously I'm a fanboy of Battlefield, so I'm always gonna kind of have a little bit of special place for Battlefield in my heart. But you know how much I've fucking talked shit about EA, talked shit about DICE, and talked shit about Battlefield 4. I was devastated. I was so fucking sad when Battlefield 4 turned out to be such a disappointment. I'm actually enjoying Battlefield 4 quite a lot right now, though. I'm just trying to play as much Battlefield 1 alpha, closed alpha as possible, so I can record a bunch. But yeah, look at it. Like, for this, the LMG is just fucking fantastic. Look at that. Just mowed down, I think, 3 people. I'm not quite sure. Might have gotten a kill assist on one of them, but yeah, I just want to make sure you guys know that, like, I'm not getting paid to say this or anything like that. I'm genuinely actually having a lot of fun. And like, in the back of my mind, it's like, don't say too many good things, Anders. Like, you know what happened with Battlefield 4 and that kind of stuff. And I'm also like, oh man, would be a good way of explaining it. I don't really know a good word for it, but yeah, it just feels right somehow, and it feels fresh and new. I know how... I definitely felt like Battlefield 4 was kind of like almost a really big DLC for Battlefield 3. Like, not a lot of things changed, a lot of weapons looked the same, sounded the same. I don't know if it's everything is new and the maps are new and that kind of stuff, and all the weapons are new and the characters are new. It might just be that's like tricking me into thinking this is not just a reskinned, but I really don't get the feeling like this is just a reskinned Battlefield 4, if you know what I mean, or a reskinned Battlefield something. It generally feels like, oh fuck man, this is new, this is fresh, this is a little bit different. I'm gonna be honest, I'm still not a fan of the kind of, I wouldn't say random sprays that some of the guns have, but like how very inaccurate some of the guns are. I wish that they would at least be accurate the first shot, most of the guns, especially like pistols and MLGs and submachine guns, because they're very hard to control a lot of the time. But like I said, like just like with the LMGs, like some are good for tap firing, just shooting a couple of bursts, or going full auto. That kind of goes for the SMGs as well, of course. And the thing I gotta say though, I'm fucking annoyed with, that is the fucking little tractor. Especially if you're on a bad team, it feels like your teammates are giving away those fucking little things. And the thing is, the little tractors, they can take a beating. Like, they can take one of those anti-tank grenades close up, and I think they can take another 3 shots from the anti-tank rifle, or even 4. I believe you need to empty out all 4 of your grenades in that rocket gun, or whatever the fuck they call it, and you need to throw both of your anti-tank grenades. Like, so 4 anti-tank shots and 2 grenades to actually kill off a light tank that is full health. And it's so easy for them to start backing off, start repairing, and still like reload. And since they reload quite quickly and seem to be shooting just as a powerful round as the big tanks, I don't really understand why anyone would want to play, for example, the land ships. I do think the tanks are not OP, but I do think the little LOL tractor needs to be nerfed heavily. Because I've been able to get some fucking OP rounds with that shit, like fucking 40 kills and 3 deaths. I mean, not very interesting gameplay, it's more or less just fucking noob poning, so I never even saved it, but yeah, I don't know, man, just feel so fucking good about Battlefield 1, to be honest. It feels so fucking good. But in the back of my head, no, oh, it's like, yeah, they might break it. It might lag like fucking crazy. The servers might be, I mean, obviously, these servers are actually 60 hertz already in the closed alpha, so I'm having good hopes for that as well. I don't know. I kind of semi-rant video. Hope you guys enjoy this. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.